Welcome to Along the Rock, brought to you by the Radar Free Press. I am your host, Kaitlyn Blum. Today with us, we have Ryan Zschiesche from ZOWA Live Wrestling, and we're here to talk about an upcoming show you have. So first off, Ryan, can you tell us what is ZOWA?
ZOWA is the Zen of Wrestling Association, and that's an independent wrestling promotion that we have here in Northern Illinois, and a lot of local talent, but a lot of talent from the Midwest as well, and we've been doing it for going on about 10 years. We'll be starting our 10th year next year, so time flies when you're having fun.
Cool, so independent professional wrestling, so we get to see some locals and maybe some faces we know out there in the ring doing their thing, right?
Correct. I think we have people from the Sauk Valley, we have people from the Quad Cities, there's people from Peoria, there's people from Iowa, Wisconsin, all over the Midwest, and yeah, you get to see a lot of it's a variety show is what I always tell people. There might be a really serious match, there might be a comedy match, there might be a ladies match, there might be a tag team match. There's something for everybody.
So what I want to talk about is you have something really cool coming up soon where you're actually going to have Jake the Snake Roberts here. So can you tell me more about that?
Correct, yes. We'll have Jake the Snake Roberts. That'll be Saturday, December 13th. That'll be out in Nelson, and that is kind of our home. We do shows out there from September through May. And yeah, Jake the Snake will be coming in. He'll be part of our show.
So how did you get Jake the Snake in this area, in Nelson of all places?
Well, yeah, Jake is, he's just wanting to get out there, you know. Jake the Snake is a legend in pro wrestling. I've met him before at Dreamwave Wrestling, actually in LaSalle, so got his information there, and we started talking. And yeah, he's going to be excited to come to Nelson, Illinois. Pro wrestling is one of those things that you kind of start in the venues that you end up at as well. So, you know, he started in venues like Nelson, Illinois, and he's coming back around here and doing his due diligence and his respect to pro wrestling, and we're really looking forward to having him.
That is wild to think about a superstar like that starting out in small rings and small venues, you know, the independent stuff we have around here. So what was your reaction when you first confirmed his appearance?
Oh, I was very, very happy. We had him originally scheduled for September, but then he is actually going over to Ireland for a few month or so, I suppose. And so we couldn't get that locked in. But I was very excited to have him in December. I think he's going to fit in perfect. A lot of our crowd in this area tends to like old WWF things. They like the old school characters, and it's just stuff they're familiar with. So I figured somebody like him would be perfect, and I was just very excited that he's ready to come here and ready to come to Nelson, Illinois.
So when I think about Jake the Snake, I think about the 80s and 90s when wrestling was at its absolute peak. How do you think the indie scene differs from then to now?
Well, independent scene is a lot of people that grew up on that type of wrestling, so they get a lot of their moves and a lot of their traits and characteristics from that. It's a lot of people that grew up on that, and now they're doing it, not necessarily on a huge scale like they did in the 80s and 90s, but it's a smaller scale and a little bit more fan-friendly and a little bit more personal than the big arenas of the WWFs of the 80s and 90s. But I think a lot of the characteristics of the storytelling and the characters and the larger-than-life personas is something that really translates well onto the indie scene, and that's taken from the 80s and 90s. That something that I use every show at ZOWA.
That is a really good thought. When it comes to being in the independent scene, especially when you're taking the kids, they get to see these people. They're wow, this guy's a celebrity. But then afterwards, you do get to meet them, you know, and you get to build that connection and actually shake hands and talk to them a little bit. So that is something really unique for kids to do.
Yeah, there's times where the kids are booing these wrestlers, and then afterwards they're asking them for their autograph. So it's a very personal thing. I know a lot of entertainment claims to be family friendly, but that ends up just being kind of kid friendly. Mm-hmm. I think that the pro wrestling truly is family friendly because the kids will really get into it, and then the parents really like to watch the kids get into it, and it's really fun for everybody. I mean, we have doctors, lawyers, anything you want is sitting in our front row, and it's really is fun for everybody.
So what's something about when it comes to getting these shows going and the behind the scenes and all the work you put into it? What is something people don't know about getting a show together like this?
Oh yeah, it's a team effort. I literally could not do anything by myself. It's a 5,000-pound ring, so just the amount of manual labor it takes to put the ring together is somewhere between 3 and 7 hours. If you want a big production, we have to do setup overnight. It's not just like a set up and go and then tear down and go. It's a huge production, and even on our level, it's a massive production. It's a lot of labor of love. People don't get paid for the setup, so they come and do it on their own, and then they come and work the show, and then they tear down. So a lot of the wrestlers that wrestle on the show are also the ones that set up and tear down, and so it's a big time production, and I don't think a lot of people know that how much manual labor and hours go into setting up a pro wrestling show.
Yeah, I had no clue. 7 hours, like that's wild.
Yeah, because it just depends on the situation. Because you want to get everything right. You want to get the curtains right. You want to get the music right. You want to get the ring looking really good. You got to get the chairs set up. You got to get the tables set up. You got to get your vending set up in certain situations like outdoor shows and things like that. So yeah, it can take anywhere up to 7 hours if you want to do it really properly and get everything, all your T's crossed and I's dotted, so to speak. So
what are the details for like location, times, all of that if I want to meet Jake the Snake and go to ZOWA?
All right, well, Jake the Snake will be here December 13th, and at 4 o'clock he'll be doing a meet and greet, and that's going to go all the way until our showtime at 6 o'clock. And like I said, that's going to be $60 for an autograph or $60 for a photo. If you want both, it's $100. The show is going to start at 6 o'clock. That's general admission is $20 or front row for $30. Jake the Snake will be a part of that show. So even if you didn't get to meet Jake the Snake, you'll be able to get to see him in the ring. He'll be a part of our show doing a little bit of an introduction to ZOWA, just kind of telling us a story or two about his days in the ring. So it'll be a great time. You get to see a legend. And how often do you get to see Jake the Snake Roberts or anybody like him around our area?
For sure. Is there anything else you want to add?
No, yeah, just that we'd like to thank the Classroom in Nelson, Illinois. They're a great venue, and we're there from September till May. And then, we just would love to see everybody out there, and we'll see you Saturday, December 13th in Nelson, Illinois.
Well, thanks, Ryan, for being here with me today.
Well, thank you for having me.
I want to say thank you to our listeners and to our production crew as well. Remember that the Radar Free Press is free, so we do rely on those likes, shares, and comments to keep us thriving. And if you want to see more videos like this, check out theradar.online.